Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Grace Regato softball field on the Babe Ruth complex here behind Breed and behind the other middle school, Callahan. This is the second in the opening day of the annual John Holland Memorial Tournament. Link Classical taking on English, and anytime these teams get together, I always like to call it Thanksgiving in whatever month it is. And it feels like it's football weather because we were dying halfway through the first game, won by St. Mary's. The heat was really t-shirt, shorts, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, it dropped about 30 or 40 degrees. The wind picked up, and now it is cold. It's been unbelievable. Classical will be the home team. For English, it'll be Julia Chen, the second baseman, leading off. Playing short and batting second, Juliana Perry. The first baseman, Ashley Martinez, hits number 3. In the cleanup spot is the left fielder, Sophia Teixeira. Pitching is Elena Sierra. Batting sixth and playing third base, Ariana Wadkowski. The designated player, Heather Holy, hitting for the second baseman, Kelsey McNeil, hits number 7. Playing right field and batting 8th is Janessa Lopez. And the shortstop, Giolina Chacon, brings up the tail end of the batting order. Brooke Warren on the mound for the Rams. This is the state tournament for Lynn English. Link Classical is already in the state tournament. They're trying to improve their seeding. If they win out, they could probably be like 14-4, and that would probably get them a home game. Low for a ball. 1-1 the count for the Bulldogs second baseman. Low again. Brooke Warren on the mound is the daughter of the former very successful softball coach here at Link Classical, Chris Warren, now a vice principal at Classical. And he was the quarterback of a Super Bowl Lynn English football team. I don't think he's rooting for English tonight. Hit foul off the backstop. Low for a ball. Count goes full. English, for the first time in a very long time, looking to get 2 wins in a row. They had a big win over Lynn Tech yesterday, I believe. Hit foul towards the English dugout. Strike 3 call right down the pipe. One up, one down in the first. Juliana Perry. Very good athlete, English. She's the shortstop. She also plays basketball and soccer and does it well. Waves at that pitch, trying to slap it down. Classical brings everybody in. The infield is pulled in. The center field is playing right behind the second base bag. Left fielder, right fielder, shortened up. She slaps it to second. Kayla Morrow over to Amanda Wilkins. 2 quick outs in the first. Ashley Martinez, the first baseman, is the hitter.
Number 1, Ashley Martinez.
in for a strike. Right above us, there's a little circle of blue sky actually right over the front door of Breed Middle School. It's been cloudy and dark, but way to my left, over past the baseball diamond, is a bright light where it's almost like the sun's starting to come out. A quick strikeout, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Brooke Warren. English is down quickly, 1-2-3. And Glasgow will see what they can do about getting on top. Maggie McHale, the center fielder, will lead off. Playing first and batting second, Amanda Wilkins. The second baseman, Kayla Morrow, will hit number 3. In the cleanup spot is Kiara Edmonds, the third baseman. The shortstop, Rebecca Walker, hits number 5. Catching and batting sixth, Maddie Dana. The right fielder, Shira Collins, bats number 7. Pitching and batting eighth, Brooke Warren. And the designated player, Mary Collins, hitting for the left fielder, Mackenzie Shea, will hit in the number 9 spot. Erica Richard in charge of the Rams. Ashley Aldred in her first year at Lynn English. We got a left-handed catcher for Lynn English. McHale takes it high for a ball. So they listed 2 second basemen. So the catcher is either Julia Chen or Kelsey McNeil. Low for a ball. Elena Sierra on the mound for the Bulldogs. That one bounces in, and it's 3-0. On 4 pitches, McHale draws a walk and becomes the first base runner in the game. Amanda Wilkins, the first baseman, will be the hitter.
Now batting number 8, Amanda Wilkins.
High for a ball, and they run and steals second base. Hit to third. Nice play by Wachowski to the first baseman Martinez. Wilkins is out. The play goes 5-3 for the first out. McHale will move over to third, 60 feet away from giving English a lead. Kayla Morrow, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Popped up. Hit the fence behind third base. Wachowski and Perry both giving chase. Down the way for a ball. We mentioned Ashley Alder, her assistants are Lauren Gachinsky, Madison Malaya, Gary's daughter, was a good athlete at Lynn English. Sam Palzinski. Sam Earp was a very good athlete, first at Lynn English. Nice try by the center fielder. Morrow's going to wind up with a double and an RBI. Sam Earp started out as a Bulldog and transferred over to Classical, and was one of the better third basemen I've ever seen. A couple of the coaches for Classical, Jenny Garrity, Ivy Martin, very good players for Classical. Jenny Garrity is one of the scholarship winners back when she played. Morrow will move to third on the wild pitch. This is Kiara Edmonds, the third baseman, the hitter. Plays a couple of sports. Pretty good three-point shooter in basketball. Popped up, and it's going to die in that right in front of second base. It just hit, kind of dived. Juliana Perry had no play. Edmonds gets a base hit and an RBI. Morrow comes in to score the second run. Rebecca Walker, the shortstop, will be the hitter. That was a little pop-up, virtually in no man's land, right behind the mound, between the mound and second base. So when it dropped, it just died. No play anywhere. A runner at first with one out. High and tight for a ball. High again for a ball. This is why you can't call balls and strikes from out here in right center field, because a couple of those pitches look pretty good. Walker will draw the second walk. First and second with one out. Maddie Dana, the catcher, brings a little confab, a group meeting on the mound. Maddie is the daughter of the successful baseball coach at St. Mary's, Derek Dana. His team just made a big comeback. They had a big win last night against North Reading, and they had a big comeback against Lynn English and won the Clancy tournament. Clancy tournament's going on for 38 years. St. Mary's has won it 18 times. And I don't care to count how many times they've been in the final. So a lot more than half the time they've either won it or lost in the final. In for a strike. Sierra's going to have to keep the ball down. The umpire's not going to give her that high strike. Hit in the air to center field. Played on a hop. They'll hold the runner at third. The bases will be loaded. Kira Collins, the right fielder, will be the hitter.
Now batting for Classical, number 18, Kara Collins. Emergency running for catcher is number 14, Izzy Fessler.
Izzy Faisler is the runner at first base for Dana. Michigan side for a ball. In for a strike, 1-1. Hit foul to the backstop. 1-2 the count. 2 runs in, the bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. This is the second of the 2 opening games in the annual Holland tournament. Solid shot pulled back by third base foul. Hit it well, but got 2 out, far out in front, pulled it foul. That one bounces in, bounces around. A run's going to score. Edmund scoots home on the wild pitch. Runners move up. Second and third now as Classical grabs a 3-0 lead. The winner of this gets St. Mary's in the championship final. The loser gets Swampscott. Out in front, pulls it foul again. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Popped up just beyond the reach of the third baseman, Wachowski. So we'll do it again at 1 and 2. Hit high in the air to left field. Catch is made, tagging up. Sophia Teixeira made the play out in left field. Walker tags up. Scores from third. Brooke Warren, the pitcher, is the hitter. She's the 8th hitter in the inning. Half of them have scored. In for a strike. Waves at that pitch that was down and away.
Batting number 2, Brooke Warren.
Missed high for a ball. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Waves at that pitch down the dirt, but she's going to reach. Swung and missed. The ball went to the backstop. So Classville's going to get 4 outs this inning. As Warren winds up at first base and we'll get a runner.
Running for number 2, Brooke Warren, is number 11, Reese Brinkler.
Reese Brinkler.
Holland, number 3.
Mary Collins, the designated player, hitting for the left fielder. Shea is the hitter. They batted around here. In for a strike. Hit to first base. Nice play by Martinez. Picks it and gets the unassisted put out. But not before Classical sends 9 to the plate. 4 of them score. So Classical jumps out quickly in this intercity rivalry. It's Classical 4, English nothing at the end of 1. 4, 5, and 6 for English as we start the second inning. Sophia Teixeira, the left fielder, will lead it off against Brooke Warren, who's now been staked to a 4-0 lead. In for a strike.
Leading off for English in the second inning, number 4, Sophia Teixeira.
Chased the high pitch, swung right through it. 0-2 the count. Pop foul back and out of play. I talked to Ashley Aldred before the game. I said, "You're doing a good job." She kind of smiled, and I said, "No, seriously, they hadn't won a game in a long time. They've won 2 this year, but the big thing is swing and a miss. Second inning starts with a strikeout, as did the first inning. But there's only in each division." There's only one team that wins their last game. Everybody else loses their last game because there's only one winner for the state championship in each division. But to keep the kids coming, keeping them interested, keeping them going to practice, keeping them working. You get seniors that could say, "I got to raise some money. I got to go to college. I'm not going to get a scholarship, so I'm going to drop out." But they don't. They keep trying. They keep working. It isn't from lack of effort or energy that English is not winning, because they're trying. And all of a sudden, with the lights on here at Grace Regato Field, the sun comes out as bright as it was very early in the day. A wacky New England day. In for a strike. Ariana Wadkowski, the third baseman, is the hitter. Pop foul back and out of play. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. So 2 more strikeouts. Did the same thing in the first inning. Strikeout, defensive play, strikeout. She does the same thing in the second inning. She's retired 6 in a row. Four strikeouts in 2 innings. And as it was in the first, so shall it be in the second, the top of the order, as Classical batted around in the first inning. Maggie McHale, Amanda Wilkins, Kayla Morrill, the 3 scheduled hitters, to face Elena Sierra, who will start her second inning of work. English has got 18 girls in uniform. I know teams that have winning records that go in the state tournament that don't have 18 kids. This used to be the last weekend. Season would end with the Clancy baseball and Holland softball, and that used to be it. Then it was St. Mary's would play 1 game on Tuesday after the holiday. But Tuesday was the last day to qualify for the state tournament. And then they turned around and with all the weather and the rain and games being suspended and canceled, having to be rescheduled, they added a week. So some of these teams still have 3 or 4 games to play.
Now batting number 1, Matt.
So it'll run through next week. And then the tournament will start right around June, tail end of May. High and tight for a ball. McHale drew a walk in the first inning and came around to score the first run of the ball game. In for a strike. Missed outside for a ball. McHale draws her second walk. Two walks in the first inning. They both scored.
Number 8, Amanda Wilkins.
Amanda Wilkins, the first baseman, grounded out third to first to a 1 trip. Up and in for a ball. In for a strike, off the catcher's glove. McHale moves down to second base on the pass ball. Nice stop. Solid shot. Way down in the corner. Wilkins motoring around. She's going to keep going and go to third. She's in with a triple.
Now batting number 5, Taylor Morrow.
Kayla Morrow doubled in a run and scored a run in the first inning. Solid shot by Wilkins by third base, way down the corner. She slid into third, but she could have walked in. In for a strike. Hit foul over the classical dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit the second. Nice play by Julia Chen. Over to the first baseman Martinez. Morrill grounds out second to first for the first out, but she gets an RBI. Wilkins scores. Kara Edmonds singled in a run and scored a run. Coming on, ball went off her glove and hit her right flush in the face. And please let her be okay. She's down, and they're hurrying out quickly to check on her. Luckily, it didn't hit her direct. It hit her glove first and directed over. But still, she's down, and the coaching staff out to check and see if she's okay. Janessa Lopez is being helped. She's walking under her own steams, so it appears as though she's going to be okay. But obviously they're going to take her out of the game and replace her in right field. Get the number of the right field once you come out. Genevieve Tejada is the new right fielder.
Now batting number 9, Becca Walker.
Becca Walker walked and scored in the first inning. One out and a runner at first, 2 runs in for Classical. High for a ball. Low for a ball. Hit to first base. Nice job by Martinez. Getting the out. Edmonds will move over to second base. Maddie Dana got a base hitter first time up.
Number 16, Maddie Dana.
Pulled it foul past third base. She jumped on the first pitch. Hit in the left field for a base hit. That's going to be a run. Dana's got her second hit. She's got an RBI. Edmonds will score her second run.
Number 18, Kara Collins.
Kara Collins hit a sacrifice fly, so she hasn't been up officially, but she's got an RBI. And Izzy Fessler, again, running at first base for Dana. Hit foul past third base. And again, the rule they put in a few years ago, the catcher and the pitcher can get on base. You can sub for them as many times as they get on base. No penalty to them. They can still come back in and no penalty to the runner can still come back in the game. Low for a ball. That was put in several years ago to try and speed up the game so the pitcher and catcher wouldn't have to run and then take some time in the dugout before they come back out on the field. Hit right to the third baseman. Warkowski picked it off for the third out.
The correct score after 2 innings is Classical 7.
So Classical gets 3 more. We played 2 in this nightcap of the 2-game series here at opening of the Holland tournament. Classical leading English 7-0. 7, 8, and 9 for English as we start the third inning. Heather Holy, member of that very good Holy family.
Score for English is number 14, Heather Holy.
A bevy of police officers, a very good athletic family, and a family that does an awful lot for the city of Lynn. One of the very good families. We've got a few of them. Holy's are certainly one of those. Chase, that pitch was way up and in. She swung at the pitch. It was way up and in. She took the pitch right down the pipe. Low for a ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Warren has started all 3 innings with strikeouts.
Number 7, Genevieve Tejada.
Genevieve Tejada hits it foul over the English dugout, out of play. She came in to play right field and Janessa Lopez got injured, and again, we hope she's okay. She chased a high pitch too, swung right through it, quickly 0-2. Just missed outside. So as fast as that sun came out, a patch of blue sky, it disappeared just as quickly. It's going way down to my left. Might be in Revere or Everett by now. Tap to first base. The flip from Amanda Wilkins to Kayla Morrow. Play goes 3-4 for the out. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Giolina Chacon, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Not a very big strike zone. She really shrinks down. She squared like she was going to bunt and took it high and tight for a ball. Now they check with it. Base umpire said she offered at it, so they called it a strike. I thought she was just ducking out of the way. Low for a ball.
Number 3, Giolina Chacon.
In for a strike. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just missed outside. Yeah, we got a full count. Hit foul. Right to the first base coach. Outfielder's got to be worried. We got a few blackbirds out in the outfield prowling around, looking for something to eat. Hit foul again on top of the English dugout. High for ball 4. Warren had retired 8 in a row to start the game. First base runner is the 2-out walk to Chacon. And Julia Chen, the second baseman, will be the hitter. She was called out on strikes leading off the ball game. She hits it foul off to the right side. Down and away for a ball. The only saving grace right now for us is that the breeze has stopped because it was really cold with the wind blowing. High for a ball. Two, 1 the count. High again. They throw it down to first. Chacon dives back. Hit foul off the backstop, and the count goes full. So an automatic hit and run. The runner at first should be off and running with the pitch. Strike 3 called. She keeps her record intact. She's got 2 strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings. She did give up the walk, the only base runner for English so far. She's been almost perfect through 3 innings. Six strikeouts and a walk. Classical will bat in the bottom of the third. It'll be 8-9-1 for Classical. On top, 7-0.
Excuse me, sir. I just want to let you know you did a wonderful job Sunday night. I was there. My daughter got, you gave her one of the hockey awards. Thank you so much for everything you do for the kids. If no one said thank you, I'm thanking you for them.
I know I have at least one friend.
Always, Mr. Hoffman, always. Always and forever.
See, out here in the outfield, it's nice to see people come by and say hi. And I talked with Frank Carey. He did the baseball games with me, and I talked to him about the best part of me doing this job is the great friendships I've made. All the athletes, not just the great players, the kids that get their names in the paper, but like I call them, the grunts, like the linemen who never get their names in the paper, or the soccer players who play defense that keep the ball out of the net but never get their names in the paper, or the basketball players who rebound but don't score 20 points a game. But I've got to know the great players as well, And along with them and referees and umpires and coaches and ADs and from not just locally but visiting teams as well, and so many family members of athletes, all the great friendships I've made over the years has more than paid for the hours I've spent doing what I do. It really is a labor of love, and I do it, and it's so gratifying when I get to see so many great people I like, and it makes my life a lot better being with so many outstanding great people. Down away for a ball. Brooke Warren, the pitcher, struck out but reached when the ball went to the backstop. Missing outside twice, 2-0. In for a strike, 2-1. Missing for ball 3. Difficult assignment for Elena Sierra. I know I pitched fast pitch for a lot of years. I was very blessed to play with some very good players who made me look good. It's not easy to do. Warren will be pinch run for.
Running for Brooke Warren. And number 3, Mary Collins up at the bat.
Mary Collins is the hitter. She bounced out first baseman unassisted. That one bounces off, and the runner will take off and go to second base. And once again, that's Reese Brinkler. I think they call her Sailor for some reason, I think. High for a ball. She's running for Warren. In for a strike. And going back to that rule, in years past, Brinkler running for Warren, both would have been out of the game. But they inserted this new rule so that you could speed the game up. So Warren can come back and pitch as many times as she gets on base, she can be pinch run for. And Brinkler, even though she runs for her, can come back at any time and go play left field or pinch hit or come back in the game as a sub. Chop. Fair ball. Right about 10 feet down the third base line. Just a little chop by Collins, winds up with a base hit. It's a line drive in the box score. Just a little chop. Went about 10 feet down the line and stayed fair. First and third, the top of the order, Maggie McHale. She scored 2 runs, but she hasn't batted officially. She's walked twice. Popped up. Out of play. Walked twice, stole second twice, and scored twice. This is the top of the order now with first and third and nobody out. Off the catcher. Sliding home is Brinkler with the run. Collins moves down to second base on the wild pitch. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the plate, foul ball. That's a little tap, but that went about 2 feet but that stayed foul. 1-2 the count to the Rams center fielder. Bouncing around off the catcher, the runner stays at second base. And the count evens at 2. Hit right back to the pitcher, knocks it down. Good job by Sierra. Throws McHale out. They get McHale for the first time. Collins will move over to third. Amanda Wilkins grounded to third and tripled in a run and scored a run in the second inning. So she's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Nice stop by the catcher, McNeil. Up and in for a ball. Up and away for a ball. On 4 pitches, Wilkins draws a walk. Second walk in the inning. Kayla Morrow doubled in a run and scored. Grounded out second and first, getting an RBI. So she's knocked in 2 and scored a run. She's 1 for 2. And that's a pitch way up in the air. McNeil had to go way up and stop that from going to the backstop. High again for a ball. Three pitches high out of the strike zone. In for a strike, as you would expect. Morrow taking all the way with the count 3-0. And that makes it 3-1. Hit in the air to center field, in the gap. Morrow's got a double and a couple of RBI. Mary Collins scored easy from third. Wilkins scores all the way from first. Kara Edmonds is perfect. She's got 2 base hits. She scored twice and knocked in a run. Hits it high in the air behind first base. Nice job. Martinez went back behind first base in foul territory, made the nice catch over the shoulder. They get Edmonds for the first time. Good job by the first baseman, Martinez. Becca Walker has walked and scored, bounced to first base. That one goes to the backstop. Haskell has reached double digits. It's now 10-0. Popped up. Nice try by the catcher. That's a tough play. She's running toward first base. The ball's not coming to her. She's running to the ball, and she has to try and catch up to it. Good effort. And we believe that's Kelsey McNeil. Off the catcher's glove. Morrow stays at third. Popped up. Juliana Perry, the shortstop, makes the play. Classical puts 3 more on the board. We played a total of 3 in this nightcap of the annual John Holland Memorial Tournament. Classical comfortably ahead of English 10-0 at the end of 3. Classical made a couple of changes. Abby Fowler, sophomore. Brooke Warren's a sophomore. 2 good pitches for Classical. Again, pitches in the future, pitches now. Some teams don't have any, some teams only have 1. Reese Blinkler is the new second baseman, and I believe they announced Izzy Fessler as the new catcher. As we start the 4th inning, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. So Warren goes the first 3, excuse me. Almost perfect. She retired 8 in a row before giving up a 2-out walk and then got the last out. She struck out 2 in each of the 3 innings. So she had 6 strikeouts, didn't give up a hit. The only base runner was the walk. She was almost perfect. And Abby Fowler will take over. Abby is the daughter of Timmy Fowler, very successful coach. Helps out assistant to Derek Dana at St. Mary's. And he's a former pitcher as well. He pitching for St. Mary's with Derek Dana as his catcher. Won back-to-back state championships under Jimmy Jettis. On 4 pitches, Juliana Perry draws a walk. Second base runner for the Dogs. Ashley Martinez, the first baseman, was made a couple of nice plays at first base. Struck out swinging against Warren in the first inning.
Ashley Martinez.
Low for a ball. Up and away for a ball. High for a ball. 3-0 the count. The runner takes off. The base umpire is calling something. They called it a legal pitch on Filer. So it's ball 4. Runners at first and second. Sophia Teixeira is the hitter. That one bounces in. So they didn't bother saying safe for out. I think she was safe at second anyway. It was stolen base, but they called the pitch illegal, and that made it ball 4. In for a strike. Abby Fowler trying to get her rhythm. Coming in on a very cold night off the bench. Swing and a miss.
Number 4, Sophia Teixeira.
Perry is the first English player to reach second base. They're still looking for their first hit. Just got a piece, fouled it off, and stays alive. Hit to first base. They'll make the play at first. Wilkins gain the out. The runners move up to second and third. Elena Sierra bounced back to the mound. That was against Warren.
Number 8, Alina Sierra.
Popped up. Wilkins will make the play. In on the hand. She popped it right up to the first baseman. So back-to-back putouts by Wilkins. Ariana Watkowski. Yeah, a couple of nice plays at third base.
Ayana Wakowski.
In for a strike. Hit foul off the backstop. Quickly 2 strikes. Down and in for a ball. So 2 walks out of the inning, but a ground to the first and a pop-up to first. Runners moving up to second and third. Now the pitch is high. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in inning number 4. Down away for a ball. The count goes full. High for ball 4. So the bases are loaded with Lady Bulldogs for Heather Holy. Hitting for the first time against Philo. In for a strike. English trying to get on the board. They've got the bases loaded with 2 outs. Philo on the mound trying to keep the slate clean. Way up. Safe at the plate. English scores. Makes it a little more difficult on the defense, too, because the ball hit with the bases loaded, you got to play any place, any base, including home. Now, second and third, a ground ball, the only place you can go is first. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike. And again, we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. English is going on the board. Down and in. Nice stop by Fessler. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
After 4, 10-1 Classical.
They announced after 4, but we've only played 3.5. We're still in the 4th inning because Classical is the home team. English got a run without a base hit. Three walks and a wild pitch. Finally got the strikeout to get out of the further trouble. So it's 10-1 now, going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Lady Rams. We mentioned again, the winner of this will get St. Mary's. And the loser will get Swampscott. So whoever wins, it'll be the Northeastern Conference against the Catholic Central League for the championship. It will be an all Northeast Conference consolation. 6, 7, and 8 for the Rams. I guess I should say the Lady Rams. Swing and a miss. This is Izzy Fessler up for the first time. In for Dana. Dana had 2 base hits and knocked in a run. In for a strike, 0-2. This is sort of like that rule I mentioned. She went as a pinch runner before. And she can stay in the game. Hit to the right side. Long run for the right fielder. She winds up with a double. I think she would have got it anyway because she ran into the first baseman. He might have called interference. So another extra base hit. They've got a few of them, the Rams. Kara Collins, the right fielder. Hit a sacrifice fly and hit it right on the nose and lined it to the third baseman. So she's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Hit to the third baseman, off the glove, can't make a play. That's the first error by either team.
Number 19, Abby Fowler.
Abby Fowler Misses the first pitch. She's up for the first time. Brooke Warren had struck out but reached when the ball went to the backstop. Drew a walk. And the pinch runner for her scored. Hit up the middle. Nice play by Juliana Perry. Had to go way to her left. She was almost to the second base bag. Picked it up, made the nice throw, and gets the out. That's a very nice defensive play. Second and third now for Mary Collins.
Number 3, Mary Collins.
Out, first baseman unassisted. Last time up, got a base hit and scored a run. Pop foul out of play. Center fielder Giolina Chacon is really getting a workout. Almost every pitch, the runner at second gets off the bag. She comes running in, trying to cover second base, and has to run back out to center field. High for a ball. 2-1 the count. She's the designated player hitting for the left fielder, Mackenzie Shea. Hit foul off the backstop. And the count evens at 2. Pops it up. Nice job by the third baseman, Ariana Wachowski, going back. She was in looking for maybe a bunt or a slap. She had to go back and almost made contact with Fessler, the runner at third base. She reached over her shoulder and made the play. Good job by the third baseman, Wachowski. She made a couple of plays. 2 away. Maggie McHale walked the first 2 times and scored. Last time up, she was thrown out by the pitcher. Hit in the right field for a base hit. A big 2-out hit by McHale. Fessler scores her first run.
Number 8, Amanda Wilkins.
Off the catcher's glove in the dirt, the wild pitch will move the runner up. Second and third now. High for a ball. Wilkins grounded to third, tripled in a run and scored, walked and scored. So she's 1 for 2, knocking in a run and scoring 2. Way inside for a ball. In for a strike. Up and away, Wilkins draws a walk. And that loads him up for Kayla Morrow. She doubled in a run and scored, grounded out the second, get an RBI, doubled in 2. She got 4 RBI and she scored a run. They had 11 runs. She's about half the offense. And I have to correct myself because Taylor Moore came out of the game. This is Brinkler, who went in to play second base. Reese Brinkler. Again, for some reason, I think it's Sailor. I don't know. Her mother was a Patriots cheerleader. Pop foul, out of play. Swing and a miss. Down and away. Count goes full, 3-2. And that's ball 4. That's going to bring in a run.
Number 12, Kiara Edwards.
Kiara Edmonds singled in a run, scored, singled and scored. Last time up, she popped to the first baseman. So she's 2 for 3, scoring 1, knocking in 1, scoring 2. To the backstop. The run will score.
I say thank you for everything that you do. That was the thing the other night was amazing, and we are so lucky and grateful to have you. I really mean that, okay?
This is like, people are going to think I'm putting this on because one gentleman just came back and said the same thing.
Well, we mean it.
Now it's you.
Well, we mean it. I just wanted to say that to you. You do an amazing job.
Again, it's nice to have good friends. People are running all over the place. It was second and third. The runner scores on a fielder's choice. They try to throw the runner on second. She breaks for third on the fielder's choice.
Number 9, Becca Walker.
Becca Walker has walked and scored, bounced to first, and popped to short. She's the 9th hitter in the inning. Two hits, 2 walks, an error. Now a base hit up the middle. Walker gets in with a double.
Number 14, Izzy Kessler.
10 hitters in the inning. Off the catcher, rolls away. Runner stays at third. High for a ball. This is Fessler, who started the inning. She got a double and scored. Coming in replacing Maddie Dana. And that's ball 4.
Number 6, batting for number 18, Gianna Soto.
Pop, foul. Kira Collins hit a sacrifice fly, lined to third, reached on her and scored. So she scored one, knocked in one. Waves at that pitch. High for a ball. High again. So we got deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another big inning by Classical. They put 5 on the board. Their biggest inning. Hit foul past the Classical dugout. Swing and a miss. They have to throw her out at first base. No, they don't. They step on home plate. I forgot the bases were loaded. So the strikeout ends the inning, but they put 11 at the plate. Classical adds 5 more. And they are very comfortably ahead. So it certainly is going to be Classical and St. Mary's in the championship final, and it will be English and Swampscott. We still got a couple of innings left, but Classical's too far ahead now for English to catch them here. Abby Fowler will start her second inning of work. Another 5-run inning. 15-1 Classical at the end of 5. I have to apologize to Gianna Coito. She was the pinch hitter, the last hitter in that 4th inning. I didn't hear the announcement. Genevieve Tejada is up. She came in relief when the right fielder Lopez got a ball deflected off her glove and hit her, and they had to take her out. She walked out on her own steam, so we certainly hope she's going to be okay. She went in to play right field, Tejada. This is Ava Foglietta. Gets to pitch the 5th inning. She's only a freshman. So they got Warren and Fowler, who are sophomores, and they got Foglietta, who's a freshman. chopped foul. The English would like to have one of their pitchers. Sierra working hard, but it's a tough job, and they don't have a backup. Strange motion by Foglietta. It looks like she gets on the rubber and she takes a real long stride. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. There's the stride. She takes the stride before she throws the ball. She's striding towards home plate and then throwing the ball. I don't know how you can get that much mustard on the ball doing that. There's the step. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Eight strikeouts for classical pitching.
Number 3,
Gialina Chacon fouls the first pitch off. She's been up once and walked. She rolled that one in. I've never seen a form like this on a pitcher. She's already stepping before she throws the ball. Usually you would come forward and your whole body, the leg, the arm, everything would come forward at the same time. Her foot is beating her arm and the ball towards the plate. Little off-speed pitch and she swung right through it. Two up, two down with strikeouts. Julia Chen has struck out twice, both times against Brooke Warren. Hit foul.
now batting number 2, Julia Chen.
Missing for a ball. Bounces another one. 2-1 to count. Swing and a miss. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is the 4th inning out of 5 that classical pitching has struck out 2. Just missed a little bit high for a ball, and the count goes full. Strike 3 called. She strikes out the side. And that's going to do it. The mercy rule is going to kick in. It ends in 5 innings.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Classical just poured it on. They got 4 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth. They used 3 different pitchers. English gave it everything they had. They did not get a base hit. 3 pitchers combined on a no-hitter. They got 3 walks and a wild pitch for their run in the 4th inning. The run scored on the wild pitch. And that's the only inning they had a base runner. In 4 of the 5 innings, classical pitching struck out at least 2 in the last inning. Foglietta struck out the side. For English, McHale was on base 3 times, 2 walks, a hit, scored 3. Wilkins had a triple, 2 walks, scored 3, knocked in a run. Kayla Morrill had 2 doubles, knocked in 4 and scored a run. Kiera Edmonds had 2 singles, reached on the fielder's choice, scored twice, knocked in a run. Becca Walker had a walk and a double, scored a run. Maddie Dana had 2 base hits, knocking in a run. Fessler, playing for her, had a double and a walk, both of those coming in the 4th inning when they batted around for the second time. She also scored a run. Kira Collins had a sacrifice fly, reached on an error and scored a run. Brooke Warren walked and scored a run. Mary Collins had a base hit and scored a run. And Brinkler had a walk with the bases loaded, getting an RBI and scored a run. So everybody got involved. The pitching kept English off the board except that 1 inning where 3 walks and a wild pitch got avoided the shutout. And 3 pitches combined for the no-hitter. So Glasgow will pick up their 12th win of the season. English is not going to make it 2 wins in a row. And now this weekend with the Clancy term, the Holland term has come down to the last day, and it will be St. Mary's trying to sweep. The boys won the Clancy. The girls will try to make it 2 for 2, but they'll be in tough against a very good Glasgow team. So it'll be Glasgow and St. Mary's in the final. It'll be English and Swampscott, an all Northeastern Conference consolation. It'll be Northeastern Conference and Catholic Central League in the final. So a mercy rule win for Glasgow. They beat English for the 3rd time, and they'll move on to the championship final in the Holland. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.